Hello guys, good morning. I hope I'm audible as well as visible to you all. Great. So, a warm good morning to one and all present in the chat today. So, we are into our SQL problem solving session again. So, we have been doing this SQL problem solving for quite some time now. So, as per our yesterday's discussion, we'll be going through some of the HackerRank problems today if need be. If people are still interested to go for the default problems, we can still do that. So I have still some of the questions left to solve there. So whatever you guys want, we can do that. Good morning, Sumit. Good morning, Vipul. I hope you guys are doing well. Great. So before starting, as always, guys, if anybody has any questions or from anything to whatever we have discussed, trust me, the questions which we have solved where we have added multiple tables together, right? So I think that's one of the I would say tricky questions we have solved in a most easiest way possible, right? So guys, again, if anybody has any questions in those areas, do let me know that. So I'm still okay to repeat it once again, and because the end objective here is to make sure that you understand things, right? So there's no point of me just going through and finishing up the things. It will not benefit you for the longer run, right? So let's understand the concept and be comfortable in solving the problems, right? Thank you, Sumit. Thank you so much for your confirmation. Cool. So with this, I'm still monitoring my chat, guys. So if anybody has any questions regarding anything, right? So regarding any of the previous lectures, any queries, right? Just do put up your questions. We can take that as it comes. Okay. So I'm monitoring my chat. Cool. So let's start. So with a quick round of introduction, as you know, guys, my name is Arpit Jain, and I'm a senior data scientist myself. I've been into industry for almost 9 years now. Along with that, I'm also a motivational speaker. So I take career mentorships. I talk to students regarding their careers and all that. So if anybody has any doubt regarding their career, the job, data science, so do feel free to put up your questions in the chat. We'll try to take it definitely as it comes. I'll try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. Cool. Subjects as part of our playlist, Python, SQL, data science. That's what we have planned. Python we already started about 3 months back, so we are already ongoing with that. SQL also ongoing. So SQL we started about a month back, and we did the basic concepts, and then we started solving the problems. That's I believe the best way to understand SQL, right? So that's what we're doing. Data science we have started about around 10-15 days back. So we covered few things there, and we're trying to incorporate data science with Python. So basically, it's data science with Python as a course. So we're trying to introduce new topics every now and then the application of it with Python. Okay, so that's what we are doing, guys. But before that, you have again a code right in front of your screen, guys. Python 10. So you already know this. So Python 10 is the unique code for you. If you use this, you get a free Relevel sample test paper. Right. So, but first of all, a mandatory promotion. So do let me know. Please bear with me. So I'll be quick. So first, let's try to understand what is Relevel. So many a times candidates do miss out on the great opportunities due to multiple reasons. Could be like they don't have a better degree, or they might be having a poor networking. Right. So by better degree, I mean not having a degree from a tier A universities could be. And then also the resumes through which they are applying is actually not standing out from the 100 other applicants for the same job. It could be a problem in the resume, or it could be something else which is beyond your control. And also you're applying to n number of jobs and you're still not getting shortlisted even for a single interview call. Very practical problem. It happens to almost every other person whosoever is applying for job, right? We have already seen that. But still, if there's a very practical problem, right? So, and this is the reason why Relevel has been introduced, right? So to take to cater these problems, and it's one of the India's test hiring first India's test hiring platform by Unacademy, which is helping you to get your dream job, right? And here you're only dependent on your skills and talent, guys. So nothing beyond that. So there's no dependency on any sort of degree or any networking here. So you're purely based out of your skills. Cool. So that's how it is. And so basically, how it works, it's more of a testing platform, as I said. So there are like once you have selected the area of your interest, right? So the field which you want to be part of. So then in that case, you have to make sure that you are attending that assessment. So basically, it's a round of test which you'll be going through, and in that round of test, so basically there'll be multiple rounds, and the only expectation from you would be to actually get the best score out of this. So you have to just focus on your learning, and then based on your learning skills, you have to get the best score out of that test. So there is certain marks. So there's in qualifying criteria and also I'll be talking about that. But so that's the only way you can actually stand out from the crowd, right? So to get the best score. So it is not at all dependent on any degree or any networking. So if you're skilled enough, you should be getting the job. So that's the plain motto behind this Relevel. So, but there are certain other benefits also involved if you participate in the Relevel testing platform. So I'll just brief out on few of them. So at least there are 50 plus companies which are hiring directly from Relevel. So and these include the top startups and even the unicorns. And the companies are the Ernst and Young, right? So ENY, Cred, Upgrad, Razorpay, Urban Company, and many more, right? So like these companies are hiring directly from the Relevel platform, right? So and they have a tie-up from the Relevel platform. Also, at least there are 1,000 plus open job positions across the three different portfolios right now: business, front end, and the back end development, and multiple roles available within these portfolios. So I'll be talking about few of them. And this is completely online, guys. So as you know, you can take this from the comfort of your home. So you're not supposed to be physically present anywhere for this. Uh, the best part is this is completely free. So you're not paying even a single penny to attempt this test. It's completely free. It's a beta platform. There might be few charges later on, but at least right now it's completely free. Okay. The only expectation from you here is you have to finish your test in a single day. So there are multiple rounds, as I said. So you have to finish all of your rounds in a single day's time. So that's the only requirement. And then you can get your Relevel score within a week's time. So basically your results, the score will be revealed to you within a week's time. Okay, and there is a certain qualifying criteria. So, I mean, it's an assessment of 1,000 marks. So, a bare minimum what you have to attend, you have to get is 70%. So, 700 is the bare minimum score which you have to get out of 1,000 to make your Relevel profile. But again, anything on top of that is like cherry on the cake, right? So, it's like higher the better. Again, if you feel if you like you're not getting the best score out of it, so you can reattempt the test also, but that can happen only after 30 days of your first attempt. Okay, so you have to just make sure of that. Also, there are certain goodies involved here. So if you are one of the top highest scorers in the particular category in a month, right? So you'll be awarded with some goodies like MacBook, iPhone, and all that. So it's one of the top. It's for the top scorers of the categories, right? So with this, guys, you are in a unique position basically to invite uh, interest from the companies instead of you hunting for your own opportunities, right? So once you have given the test, sit back and relax, right? So the companies will start reaching out to you after your score has been revealed, right? So and registration also is quite easy. So you have the link there in the YouTube description, right? So go to that. The first thing they will ask you to choose the test of your choice, right? So there are three different tests: business development, front end development, and the back end development, right? And the multiple roles, as I was saying, so like customer engagement associate, relationship manager in business development. You have Angular developer, web developer in front end, back end engineer, data engineers, and all in backend development, right? So choose the area of your interests, the field which you want to be part of, and then just select the test of your choice. The next thing it will ask you to choose the date when you want to give the assessment. So the test date. Slots are limited, as I've always said. So it's a beta platform, right? So slots are limited. I would suggest you to book it fast. Like you just have to select the best available date where you are. I mean, you can take it to the best of your own physical and mental health. And the last thing would be to add your details like full name, email ID, birth year, state, and gender. Along with that, you have an option of referral code. So you can use the promo code here. So promo code you can use Python 10. So if you use this Python 10 code, you're gonna get a bonus sample test paper, right? So as I was talking about, so you'll be unlocking a bonus free sample test paper. So that's gonna be your I would say, the thing to basically prepare for your Relevel testing platform, right? So it will be having the similar questions which you will be expected out of from the assessment. So it's a very good sample test paper which you can from which you can get an idea of the level of questions you are expected. So please do not forget to use the code Python 10 here. Once you have done that, created your accounts, you will be able to see a practice tab like this. Okay, so you can, in the practice tab you have the sample test paper. So you can actually use this sample test paper for your practice purpose, as I was talking about, and this will only be available once you've used the referral code, which is Python 10. So you'll be unlocking the sample paper. So with this, you should be very much prepared for the D-Day, and that's it. So give your best on your examination date, right? So that's the only expectation. So guys, at least do register for the Relevel today. So I don't see any issue in that. So you can actually try it for once. So there's no fee involved anyway, right? So you can try it for once. If you feel that you're not getting benefited, you can take your decision later on. So at least you can try it for once, right? So also along with that, as I was talking about, we have a Telegram official channel. So link is again there in the YouTube description. Do join that. So it's a one place stop for you guys. So you can actually uh, join this channel and get the upcoming schedules and whatever classes is going to come up, right? Please do like, share, and subscribe the channel, and this is the least we can ask. So if you feel that you're getting benefited, right, from the discussions and the videos, do like the videos, right? So that's the bare minimum we can ask. So with this, guys, we are into a problem solving. So we are into Master SQL problem solving. So today again, we'll be solving a number of problems. But again, I would take a vote here. Uh, like, so whosoever is part of our chat, please do let me know. So what exactly you want me to do? Where what problems you want me to solve? So I have a few list of questions available from the Sakila database we were doing, right? So I think I have at least 5-6 more problems there. So maybe we can solve them. Or if you want me to go to some of the platforms like HackerRank or LeetCode, we can do that also. So we can solve some of the problems from the competitive websites. So anything is fine for me. So whatever guys you're okay with, please put up your comments in the chat box. So we'll take a vote and then we'll start. Quickly guys, anything which you want me to cover. So anyway, so if I won't get the response, I will take as a default one. So yesterday we discussed about HackerRank. So maybe I'll go to HackerRank and then we'll solve some of the problem statements from there. So again, guys, if anybody has any other thing in mind, do let me know that. Cool. So if that is fine, so okay. So let's solve some questions from HackerRank. So let me just open the HackerRank for you. I'm a little unwell, guys, today. So Mark, please pardon me if my voice is not that clear. I hope my screen is pretty much visible to you, right? Uh, let's do HackerRank. So HackerRank, right? So let's start solving through HackerRank. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I've logged into my HackerRank test. So I've prepared a new account for me. So I'm not using my original account here. So I've just prepared a new account. So I have logged in here. So okay, so we were talking about SQL. So I'm going to select SQL here. Okay, so as you can see, guys, I have a list of questions. Okay, so all the list of questions here. Easy ones here. So you have 3 difficulty levels. I'm not sure if you guys are very much comfortable with HackerRank. So that's how the website looks like. And on the right hand side, and I'm not sure if my screen is visible. Just let me know if my screen is visible properly. So on the right hand side, you can see a difficulty section here, right? So difficulty may you have what easy, medium, and hard, right? And there are certain skills also, so subdomains, right? So we can choose what kind of question we want to solve. So generally, what I've observed is like easy questions are like quite easy on HackerRank, be it for any platform, right? So like Python or whatever you do, right? So easy questions are generally very easy. So we'll not do some easy questions. So we have, I think we have already solved. Some good questions on Secular database, right? So there's no point of starting with easy here. So let's start with medium, right? So let's do that. If anybody has anything in mind, so I mean, if they still want me to solve any other thing, do let me know. So I think for me, I think that's the best way to start with medium, and then we can gradually move to hard also. So we can start solving some of the questions, right? Cool. So let's take maybe the first question. Let's see what it is. Cool. So now let's read the question first. So this is how your HackerRank platform looks like, guys, right? So here on the right hand side, you have an option to choose the platform. So I'm just going to use MySQL for now. Okay. So MySQL is what we have been doing. Okay, cool. So here what I have, so just you have the problem statement here, right? So just look at the problem statement. It's a big statement, so let's read it out and let's try to understand, and then let's try to add some pointers. Okay, so like a pointers of what we have understood from this, and then we'll try to code it. Okay, so the question says, query on alphabetically ordered list of all names in occupations. So basically looks like occupations is my table name. Immediately followed by the first letter of each profession. Okay, as a parenthetical that is enclosed in parentheses. Okay, okay, okay. For example, an actor name is followed by A. Okay, a doctor name is followed by D. Okay, in parentheses. Okay, sure. So I think this point is clear, right? So if suppose if I'm I'm an engineer and my name is Arpit, so they want me to alphabetically query the name of the whatever the person is profession wise. So Arpit followed by engineer, so E. So Arpit bracket E should come. So that's what they are looking for. Okay, okay. So that's the first statement that I think this is okay. The next is query the number of occurrences of each occupation in occupations. Okay, so now along with this, so this is my, I think this is the first thing which we want. So this is the first output they want. The first output what they want is in each name of my person along with the profession ka the first character in the parentheses. That's what they want. Okay, so it's fine. And the second, so they want the second query also. The second query should be having the number of occurrences of each occupation. Okay, and it should be in this fashion. So the total, there are total of occupation count. Okay, occupation count means here I have to put the occupation ka count and then the occupation ka naam, and there's a small s also at the end. So occupation, so like, so suppose if there are looks like, suppose if there are say 10 doctors, so they want me to print there are total of 10, which is the count of my occupation, doctor and doctors. So doctors they want me to print. So there are 10, there are total of 10 doctors, and likewise for all the profession looks like, right? So let's proceed. Where occupation count is the number of occurrences of occupation. Cool. So I want to have to count the number of occupation, and occupation is the lowercase occupation name. Cool. So ठीक है. So occupation को मुझे lower case में भी करना पड़ेगा. So I have to just, I'll just write down all of my pointers here one by one, but I'm just reading out the question first. And this is how you have to solve. Okay. So always remember, you have to first read out the question very carefully and thoroughly. Okay, guys, if anybody is not able to understand the question, do let me know. Okay, do let me know that, we'll solve it. Okay, and now if again there is one constraint. So if more than one occupation has same count, they should be ordered alphabetically. Also there is one constraint. So also I have to order the occupation alphabetically if my occupation counts somehow is similar. So suppose doctors का भी 10 है and actor का भी 10 है. So actor A पहले आ रहा है doctor D से, so I have to make sure the actor comes first before doctor. So alphabetically arrange होना चाहिए मेरा occupation का नाम. This is also important. ठीक है. कूल. सो अब हम देख लेते हैं नोट में क्या है. देयर विल बी एटलीस्ट 2 entries in the table for each type of occupation. Okay, so there will be at least 2 entries in the table for each type of occupation. Okay, so that means that it is saying that if there are say 10 occupations, so at least 20 entries are there. So 2 per occupation. So that is the minimum we have, right? So they are giving this like this. So at least there are 2 entries per occupation we already have in our table. So that's fine. Okay, so that's again a good thing only for us. Okay. ओके, सैंपल इनपुट सैंपल आउटपुट देख लेते हैं. सो इनपुट फॉर्मेट क्या है इनका. सो इनपुट फॉर्मेट में आई हैव दिस ऑक्यूपेशंस का टेबल. ओके, एंड इन दिस ऑक्यूपेशंस टेबल में आई हैव 2 columns, कॉलम एंड टाइप. मैं कॉलम नेम्स, नो सॉरी, द कॉलम नेम्स आर नेम एंड ऑक्यूपेशन, and name is a string and occupation is a string. So the name is the name of the person and the person's occupation is under the occupation column. ठीक है, cool. So only contain one of the following values. So okay, so occupation will contain only these values. So occupation mein I only have these 4 professions: doctor, professor, singer, and actor. So there are only 4 distinct values of occupation present, right? So this is what it says. So sample input is like this. So I have the column here, name and occupation. So name may, for example, Samantha, and she is a doctor. Julia, she is an actor. Maria, she is an actor. Meera, she is a singer. So likewise, I have all the persons ka naam here and the corresponding occupations. Okay, clear? Okay. Okay, now look at this output. This is interesting. So now Ashley, for example, Ashley must have been professor. So P. So the output should be the name of the person followed by the profession in parenthesis. The first character of my profession in parenthesis. ठीक है, cool है. So this is, I think this is my first output. And again, so they asked me to print 2 things, right? Remember, the first is the name of the person along with the parenthesis first character of the occupation, and also second they wanted me to print the total wala thing, right? So total of how many persons. So yeah, so look at this. So I have, this also should come out. So total of 2 doctors, there are total of 2 singers, for 3 actors, 3 professors, and all that. ठीक है, question clear है? Anybody has any doubt in the question? I'm just listing down whatever we want to do here. ठीक है, so and then I will start coding. So for example, suppose what all they want. So first thing, I'm not writing the code here. Okay, I'm just listing down whatever we want to do. So first we want to do print name with profession, right? Bracket में first character. So I'm just writing like this. ठीक है, this is my expected. Second में मेरे को क्या चाहिए? Statement print करना है. Statement print for all profession. ठीक है, ये 2 चीज मेरे को output में चाहिए. So I'm just writing this as an output. ठीक है, दिस इज माई एक्सपेक्टेड आउटपुट. अब मेरा कॉन्स्ट्रेंट्स क्या क्या है? लुक एट द कॉन्स्ट्रेंट्स. हमेशा हैकर रैंक और लीड कोड में गाइस हमेशा एक चीज का ध्यान रखना होता है, यू हैव टू लुक फॉर योर कॉन्स्ट्रेंट्स. सो इसमें क्या कंडीशंस है? कंडीशंस वी हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट you have to apply those conditions, because the HackerRank and the lead code, they are the platforms where they check the edge conditions. Okay, so अगर आप वो boundary conditions लगाओगे नहीं, अगर आप वो conditions नहीं follow करोगे, even after submitting your code, if your response is correct, you're getting the output, you will not get the full marks. The reason is they expect you to follow those constraints very carefully, else they have the backend the scoring platform through which they score the code, and उसमें वो multiple test cases को pass करते हैं. They pass the multiple test cases, make where all the edge cases are there, right? And if you're not passing that test, so your score will be cut automatically accordingly. है ना? So boundary conditions, basically constraints का ध्यान रखना बहुत जरूरी है. ठीक है, so I'm just listing down the constraints. This is how I solve questions on HackerRank or lead code. ठीक है, so क्या है हमें ऑक्यूपेशन. ओके, नाउ लुक श्योर दैट ऑक्यूपेशन इज द लोअर केस नेम. सो हमें फर्स्ट कांस्टेंट क्या है? ऑक्यूपेशन इज इन लोअर केस. ठीक है, दिस इज माय फर्स्ट कांस्टेंट. एंड आल्सो अल्फाबेटिकली अरेंज. अल्फाबेटिकली अरेंज. है इसमें, मुझे तो और कुछ दिख नहीं रहा है. There will be at least 2 entries. So ये तो मतलब जिस like ये तो note है for the available data. So at least there are 2 entries per occupation. So that should not be an issue. ठीक है, cool है. यही तो constraints है ना हमारे पास, और तो कुछ है नहीं. Now let's try to code. किसी को कोई doubt है इसमें guys? और am I making sense? At least ये बता दो यार, question तो clear हो रहा है ना आपको? चलो ठीक है, आई एम अज्यूमिंग दैट यस. सो अभी हम क्या करते हैं, सो प्रिंट पे जाते हैं. ठीक है, सो आई हैव टू प्रिंट द नेम विथ प्रोफेशन. सो अगर आपको नेम एंड प्रोफेशन को प्रिंट करना होता तो आप देखो नेम कैप्स में एंड सो आई हैव टू गिव दैट एज एन एस कैप्स एंड आई हैव टू गिव प्रोफेशन राइट. सो नहीं, प्रोफेशन नहीं है, ऑक्यूपेशन है, माय बैड. Occupation from occupations. तो हम ये सिंपल करते अगर हमें if we wanted the name on the occupation. सिंपल, अगर हमें सिर्फ name on the occupation को प्रिंट करना होता we would have done that. इसमें तो कुछ भी इशू नहीं है किसी को, करेक्ट. बट द प्रॉब्लम इज नाउ दे वांट मी टू प्रिंट द नेम अलोंग विद द पेरेंथीसिस वाला थिंग है ना. सो अभी इसको साइड करते हैं. सो डेफिनेटली ऑक्यूपेशन को मुझे समहाउ इसमें कहीं ना कहीं ऐड करना पड़ेगा, राइट. एंड ऑल्सो दे वांट मी टू प्रिंट टुगेदर. सो बेसिकली समहाउ इट इज अ फंक्शन ऑफ concat. So somehow this is a function of concat because they won't want me to print it separately, because look at the output here. Output says is together Ashley bracket P, right? So they are concating these things somehow, right? So this is what this the crux what I'm understanding from here. But also the thing is occupation में they don't want me to print the entire occupation का नाम. अगर मैं simple इसको करूंगा, now look just एक बार मैं इसको रन करके आपको दिखाता हूँ. Okay, so this is how the output will look like once you run the code. So अच्छा response ही नहीं आया, चलो ठीक है. Anyway, so इसको अभी हम वापस से रन करते हैं. ठीक है, चलो अभी it's not printing the result. अभी हम इसको वापस रन करते हैं. Let me show the things again. Okay, ठीक है. अभी हम इसको ना ट्राई करते हैं. अब इसमें हमें ऑक्यूपेशन में से सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट गाइस है क्या, इस ऑक्यूपेशन में से वी वांट द फर्स्ट कैरेक्टर टू बी फिल्टर्ड आउट, राइट. तो फर्स्ट कैरेक्टर कैसे करते हैं यार, आई थिंक मैंने आपको ये बताया नहीं है. वी हैव अ फंक्शन कॉल्ड एज आई थिंक सबस्ट्रिंग. ओके, यस. सो कैसे चेक कर सकते हो, अगेन आपको जो कीवर्ड्स होते हैं इट गेट्स हाईलाइटेड, राइट. सो यू कैन सी इन दिस. सो substr इज वन ऑफ द कीवर्ड्स. सबस्ट्रिंग इज अ कीवर्ड where you gonna substring. So from this entire word I only want some character of it, right? So I can substring this. Okay, so for example if I have to filter out say occupation na? So substring first argument is argument, say argument 1, and the second is argument 2. So this is what it takes. Okay, so whenever you substring anything, so suppose if my if the whole string is say random, random, right, and I want to have D out of it. So RAND. So I just want D out of it, right? So in this case, what we can do is we can give the exact character ka position. Okay. So this argument 1 is nothing but the start position of a character. Okay. This is the start position of my character. Okay. And likewise, this argument 2 is the stop position. Cool. So that's how substring works. So now in this case, what we want, we only want the first character, right? So the start position is 1. Anybody has doubt in this? So the start position would be 1 here because I'm going to substring my first character, right? And also I just need the only character. So the end also is 1, right? I don't want the end to be 2. So the first character, it has to be my the D which from where I want to start. And how many characters I want? I just want the first. I only want the one character. That's the first character I want, right? So that's how it works, guys. So I have my occupation here. So if I do occupation 1, 1, that means that I want to filter out the first character of each of my occupation, and I exactly want only one character out of it. So starting of my substring would be start position would be 1, and I want only one character out of it, right? So instead of occupation, we are not supposed to pass the occupation. नहीं index good question Ravindra, very good question. In fact, I'm very happy that you noticed that. नहीं, so SQL में indexing does not start with 0. In SQL indexing starts with 1. Very good question. ये एक्चुअली पाइथन और सीक्वल का एक बेसिक डिफरेंस भी है. सो पाइथन में इंडेक्सिंग आपकी 0 से स्टार्ट होती है, बट इन सीक्वल इट स्टार्ट्स विद 1. ठीक है. Good question. But again, so now basically I don't want to pass occupation here. I'm supposed to pass this substring of my occupation, right? So this is what the expectation is. Cool. इसमें किसी को कोई डाउट है? इसको एक बार हम ओके, सो अभी ये मेरे को एरर देगा बिकॉज दीज ऑल थिंग्स आर, इसको मैं कमेंट कर देता हूँ एंड लेट मी रन दिस कोड. क्या देता है एक बार हम चेक कर लेते हैं इसको. ओके, सो नाउ वी हैव सम आउटपुट्स. आई थिंक आपको आउटपुट दिख रहा होगा, राइट? सो नाउ आई हैव द नेम एंड आई हैव द आपको आई एम नॉट, I don't think you are able to see my screen as output. Just a minute. There is some window issue. Just a minute, please. I'm setting this up. How shall I do that? I think I have to move it slightly on the right. ओके अभी मैं इसको टेम्पररी ऐसे कर रहा हूँ, अरेंज माई स्क्रीन वापस से. ठीक है. सो नाउ यू आर सीइंग सम ऑफ द आउटपुट हियर, राइट? सो द आउटपुट में क्या दिख रहा है आपको? यू आर सीइंग दिस, you have the name of your person along with the profession, right? So your profession mein you are seeing this P here, right? So this is what now we are getting. So Ashley, she was a professor and uska professor ka P aa gaya. Samantha, she was an actor and uska A aa gaya. Julia, she was a doctor and uska D aa gaya. Right? So yeah, Ravindra, I just noticed, I also noticed that you are not able to see the output, so I just corrected it. So I'll again आपको मेरे background में भी कुछ दिख रहा होगा. I'll arrange the screen, just give me a minute. I'll just select it. So now the thing is, अब इसमें problem क्या है? Also आपने ये तो रन कर दिया, I mean somehow you are able to substring it, but exact output आपको क्या है? इसमें parenthesis भी add करना है, right? They also want me to add the parenthesis because इसमें आउटपुट में क्या दिख रहा है आपको? सिर्फ एशली और पी दिख रहा है, Samantha और ए दिख रहा है, parenthesis तो नहीं है, correct? So this is not the expected output again. Also some part of my expected output but not the exact output. So इसमें क्या करना होगा? इसमें मेरे को parenthesis ऐड करना पड़ेगा. So basically concatenation में ही ऐड करेंगे हम. So basically before this I want to add a concatenation. So this is nothing but starting of my parenthesis. Okay, again I'm adding this as one of the characters. So this is how my parenthesis, so name followed by open bracket, then followed by the occupation का first character which I want to substring, then ending में क्या चाहिए मेरे को? वापस से closing bracket. Correct? नहीं, ये तो गलत हो गया, ये इसके ब्रैकेट के अंदर जाएगा. माय बैड, सॉरी. कूल. किसी को कोई डाउट? सो कॉन्कैट में क्या कर रहा हूं मैं? कॉन्कैट में आई एम एडिंग द नेम, देन एडिंग अ कैरेक्टर ऑफ ओपन ब्रैकेट, देन व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, सो आई एम जस्ट पुटिंग दिस फ्रॉम देयर. सो आई एम डूइंग दिस. सो okay, so concat name, then opening the bracket, then substring the occupation, the first character, and then closing the bracket. So and this entire thing is under my concat. So this is what I want, right? Cool. अभी इस query को run करते हैं. Now look at this code and let me run this. एक सेकंड, I think again the output got started. Just a minute. Cool. I think अभी आपको output दिखना चाहिए. It should be visible on the screen. Okay. Cool. So again आपको दिख रहा है? So basically now I have added the parentheses here, right? So name of my employee, so name of my person basically, and उसका profession. So followed in the parentheses. Correct? So this is what I wanted, right? Cool. So I think my first output statement has been done. इसमें किसी को कोई doubt है? Anybody has any doubt in this? Guys, quickly, anybody has any doubt in this? Cool. If not, then let's proceed. So अभी next statement क्या है हमारा? Next statement क्या करना है हमें? Statement print of all professors, right? इसमें क्या print करना है? Let me look at this again. So there are total of 2 doctors. So there are total of 3 doctors. So now technically there are 2 things here, right? So just remember. So now first it is actually counting the number of person in each of the profession. So counting हो रहा है, correct? Counting of my profession, the person in each profession, right? And also this unique जिसपे मैं profession को count करूँगा. So I need 2 things here, right? First, what I want is count of occupation. Cool. Count of occupation मेरा यहाँ पे जाएगा. This is my count of occupation, right? This is what they want. And now they want occupation also. So occupation and count of occupation, that's what we want to first find out to print this statement. Correct? Cool. So हम कैसे count करते हैं? Count, and I want it for all the professions. So basically group by तो होगा ही होगा, right? So if now if we group by based on each occupation, so basically if I do like this, so select no, just so basically select say count. I'm just putting it here like this. So count of occupation and occupation from occupations group by occupation. ठीक है? अगर मैं सिर्फ इतना भी करूंगा, so I think I should be able to get my table नाम, table का नाम correct, occupations s के साथ this is my table का नाम. Okay, so this is my from occupations and I want to group by based on occupation. So this is my column का नाम, right? So I have the column का नाम here which is कहाँ गया? Occupation, right? This is my column का नाम. So remember guys, so if we do this, we'll get the count of occupation and the occupation. But exactly तो ये तो हमें नहीं चाहिए, हमें तो print करना है एक statement. You're not able to. I'm not audible. Looks like I'm audible. Ravindra, I think. Please, anybody else can also comment if I'm not audible. I think I'm trying to check in my own other desktop, so I'm able to. Listen my own audio. So please check your audio settings, Ravindra. Okay, my bad. So I think there would be some issue in the connectivity. I hope I'm audible and visible, right? Okay, cool. ठीक है. So coming back again. So if I do a simple count and the name of the occupation, and if I do a group by, right? So we can get this detail. This is what it is expected, right? Technically, this is what it is expected. 2 things which I want, but exactly ये मुझे print नहीं करना है. मुझे क्या print करना है? Now look at this. I'm just doing that. So again, print. Python में आप print कैसे करते हो? Using the print command, right? But in SQL, you always print anything. So print का मतलब क्या? Display, right? So the display here is only happening through select statement, or everything is through select. ठीक है. So do not get confused if I'm saying that printing or कुछ भी तो वो उसका statement print command से होगा. नहीं, print is in Python. In SQL is always through select statement. आप कुछ भी जो show करते हो, again print is again an output for you, right? So view table kind of a thing, right? View output. So that is happening only through select command. ठीक है. So do not get confused. So select ही होगा यहाँ पे. अब इसमें क्या, no, just we'll just look at the constraint. What कहाँ गया यार? Whatever we have to print. Give me a minute. Okay, so there are total of occupation, count and occupation. So ठीक है, चलो हम वापस again it's a concat statement, right? So concat ही है यहाँ पे, because concat के through you are making a sentence. Concat कर रहे हो, concatenation हो रहा है basically, right? So and you are making your one sentence, right? So you're now in this concat, what I want, concat of there are a total of, so this is one string thing which I want to add. So after this I want the occupation ka count. Correct. So basically what I want here is to add yeah, I think I'm able to hear my own voice. I'm not sure if it is an issue with me or yeah. Let me just check my settings. एक minute दो मुझे यार. I'm really sorry guys, but this is like the first time I'm getting this issue. Just a minute. Uh, okay. Looks like the settings are fine. Um, I think there is some connectivity issues or okay, so I think maybe some issue with someone. Technically, actually, even I'm also able to hear my voice when I'm seeing on the other screen of mine. But again, guys, please do stop me. I mean, अगर समझ में नहीं आ रहा है तो please बता देना मुझे, ठीक है? ठीक है, coming back again. So अभी हमने क्या किया? I wanted to print there are a total of. This is my first string. I have added it here. ठीक है? Now I want to add what? I want to add the occupation का count, right? So occupation के count में what I want? I want to add the uh, so basically what I want. So I want the this thing is gone. So I want the count of I want occupation. Occupation. So this is my second thing which I want. इसमें किसी को कोई doubt है? Done. Again इसके बाद I think there is one space also. Occupation of there is a total of occupation count occupation. There is one space also, right? So that space is also one character, guys. Okay, so do not miss out that. इस छोटे छोटे चीजों पे हैकर रैंक वगैरह पे मार्क्स कट जाते हैं, ठीक है? So there is a I'm just added a small empty quotes with a space. That is my single space, ठीक है? This is my third character and also the fourth character is occupation, ठीक है? So now this will print there are a total of say 2 doctors. Doctors है, right? So S भी add करना है. Okay, don't forget S is also a part of a character. So I have to print S and dot as well. So again one character here. It would be under this S dot. Okay. So this is how by occupation. ठीक है? अब इसको हम एक बार रन करके देख लेते हैं. अभी हमने देखो constraints अभी check नहीं किए. Constraints में I have two constraints. Occupation should be in lower case. Do not forget this, guys. So this occupation I cannot pass this occupation as it is. I have to pass lower of occupation. Again, an important concept. So always make sure it's always is following all of your constants. So constant, the first constant kya hai? It has to be occupation is in lower case. So I cannot pass occupation directly. It has to be in the lower case. Okay? And also alphabetically arranged. So alphabetically arranged में क्या होगा? अब इसको order by भी करना पड़ेगा. Order by आपको करना पड़ेगा. Again इसमें I think एक और concept मैंने देखा था, वो count अगर match करेगा, something like that, right? So ग्रुप बाई ऑक्यूपेशन तो आप करोगे ही करोगे, डेफिनेटली ऑक्यूपेशन तो ग्रुप बाई होगा ही होगा, बट आई थिंक इसमें एक और मैंने कुछ देखा था तो शायद मैं फॉरवर्ड कर गया हूँ लिस्ट ऑन करना. जस्ट अ मिनट, आई थिंक आई रिमेम्बर इफ सम सेम होगा तो समथिंग कुछ था. ओके, सो लुक एट दिस. there is also it they are very specifically mentioning that if more than occupation more than one occupation has the same occupation count, so occupation count को भी मुझे कंसीडर करना पड़ेगा. they should be ordered alphabetically. So by default ये तो alphabetically arrange हो ही जाएगा, but internally in the occupation count also if the numbers are same it has to be arranged. So order के अंदर भी order है एक. Okay, guys, do look at this. So read the statement very carefully. They are saying that if more than one occupation has the same occupation count, then they should be ordered alphabetically. Okay, so I cannot just blindly pass occupation. I have to make sure that I also have to pass the count of not added this third here. So there is also a third constraint that count similar, then also alphabetically. Okay, so this is basically another one constant which I want to add. Cool. इसमें किसी को कोई डाउट है? So I am not passing only the occupation, I am also making sure that if the count of occupation is also getting checked, and if it is same, then the alphabetically arrangement is done according to occupation. Cool, guys? Any doubt in this? अब इसको एक बार रन करके देखते हैं how what it shows, and let me run this. कहाँ पे क्या एरर आ रही है इसको? इट इज नॉट गिविंग मी द राइट आंसर. सो व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? ओके, अभी मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ ओके प्रॉब्लम क्या है. नाउ जस्ट लुक एट दिस. बहुत ही सिंपल चीज में उसने एरर दी है मुझे, बट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू टेक केयर ऑफ, गाइस. मैं अगेन आपको लेट मी शो यू द आउटपुट हियर. नाउ जस्ट लुक एट द आउटपुट, गाइस. देखो, it is giving me a wrong answer here, and it says that now although everything is right, I could see almost everything is right here. The expected output was like the name and the profession, right? The profession in the parenthesis, the first character, and also I'm printing all the name, the total of 3 doctors, 4 doctors. But can you see there is a minor issue, and it is still saying me it's a wrong answer. What is that? Can you see there is a space missing between of and the count number? Can people notice this? Even for this small mistake, they have given this error, right? So it is saying that it's a wrong answer. But I mean, technically, we have done everything right here. Everything is okay. This is what I expected, right? But the thing is, it is not giving me this particular output. So it is not giving me, the space is missing here. It's not alphabetical issue. It's a spacing issue here. So see the expected output. The expected output here, the expected output is this, right? So here can you see this? I want to have the total, things are fine, but also I want the two. Cool. Yes, so I have to make sure that this thing is being taken care of. Cool. So अभी मैं quickly इसको अपने कोड पे ठीक करते हैं हम. There's a smaller correction I think. Let me just unease the screen. ये थोड़ा सा issue हो रहा है because lead code इसमें pattern का भी different है. तो ठीक है. So इसमें हम कहाँ पे हमें issue दिख रहा है? हमें basically एक space there are total of काउंट के बाद हमें एक स्पेस चाहिए. सो बेसिकली अगर मैं यहां पर एक स्पेस दे दूं, सो आफ्टर दिस स्टेटमेंट, सो देयर आर टोटल ऑफ वन स्पेस, राइट, ऑक्यूपेशन एंड द लोअर ऑफ ऑक्यूपेशंस, दैट इज कूल. इसमें किसी को कोई डाउट है? नाउ लेट्स रन दिस कोड. अगेन अ रॉन्ग आंसर. व्हाट इज दिस? हमने क्या गलती कर दिया? काउंट ऑफ ऑक्यूपेशन भी तो हमने लिया है और ऑक्यूपेशंस भी लिया है. ऑक्यूपेशन ग्रुप बाय, व्हाट्स द इशू? Somehow this is not getting alphabetically arranged. Yeah, I think you are right, Ravindra. This is not getting alphabetically arranged. Why? So now just let me remove this once for once. I mean, this will be highly. Okay, now let's try this once. Okay, so even now in this case also it is not getting alphabetically arranged. Right, yes, yeah, I could see that in this output is not alphabetically arranged, and but now why? Okay, what is the output? Alphabetically arrange the name है ना? So alphabetically arrange occupation है कि name है? Okay. Alphabetically ordered list in all occupation. Alphabetically ordered list. So alphabetically ordered list. Oh, I think, okay, this is fine. No, okay, I got the error. So basically this statement is fine. इसमें कोई issue नहीं है, ठीक है? I have to make sure that output में इसमें error है. So basically here I have to add the, oh my god, I'm really sorry. So this was for my first query, okay? And now this is for my second query, guys. Okay, I just misread that. So this, okay, so now these two constraint are individual for my individual query. So this alphabetically arranged, it's for my first query. हमने first query में तो alphabetically arrange किया ही नहीं ना. समझ में आ रहा है? So मैं इसको काम कर देता हूँ. So from occupation, so अब suppose इस पूरे name को basically मुझे sort करना है, correct? So इसको मैं as name लिख देता हूँ, and then I have to write order by and then order by name. So now this is fine. So now basically I have just printed the things. I did not order that, my bad. So I did not see that question carefully. Again, guys, very smaller things, but you have to make sure that you read the constraints very carefully. So that is the only reason I make sure that I write the constraints before writing the query. You know? So this is the, I think looks like this is the issue. Let's try to run the code. Right, great. Voila, so we have done that. So now we are seeing the names are getting printed in the alphabetically arranged order with the names of the, I mean, with the respective, what to say, each of the profession ka first character, and also the print is like there are a total of 3 doctors, 4 actors, and all that. है ना? Cool. किसी को किसमें कोई डाउट है? So guys, again, जभी भी आप, whenever you are solving any question on any of the coding platforms, right? So always remember, so आपका what is the expected output from the statements, right? What is the expected output and उसके corresponding उसके constraints क्या हैं? दोनों चीज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है whenever you are submitting your result, because as I said, they are actually they're actually checking each constraints very minutely, है ना? So always make sure that. Okay, one question Ravindra has, sir. If we want to sort by name using ascending, then what we put it? So basically, ये by default ascending ही है. So again, अगर आप by ये अगर मैं इसमें order by ascending ही होता है. अगर आपको हाई मतलब alphabetically का reverse करना है, then you have to write DESC. So to make it reverse, you have to write DESC, but by default is ascending only. So order by में by default it's ascending. ठीक है? Answer your question. Cool, guys. Any questions in this? Are you guys able to connect with this question and you are able to understand this? So now, now just compare the outputs. So compare the results. Uh, okay, one other question. So Faisal says, is as keyword is mandatory for order by? नहीं, order by में तो हमने कहाँ करा as है? और हमने we have not mentioned the as keyword. So did I mention order by as name? I did not mention that, right? So as is only used to alias your I mean the column ka naam or whatever your function you're providing, right? So now, because the thing is I want to see, if I don't write name here, for example, okay, so just forget about this, but technically we have to order this entire thing, right? So we have to order this entire thing. So either we write us alias name, say name. So instead of calling this entire thing again, so if I don't write name, okay, but again, although if I don't write name, I have to still order it, right? So in this case, I have to pass this entire thing here. You're getting it? If I don't alias it using as, so then order by may also have to pass this entire thing again here, because order by किससे करेगा? How the code will identify that on what thing it has to order by on, right? It has to order by something, right? So in this case, what it does, instead of calling this whole bigger statement, bigger expression again and again, I'm just aliasing it as like name. Or even in that case, as is also not required, I can also write name here, or this is also fine. I mean, okay, if you're asking me to write as or like as mandatory again, so as is not mandatory to alias. We have already seen that. So we were solving a lot of questions, right? So we were seeing even the table ka naam we were giving T1, T2 without writing as, right? So as is not mandatory to alias, but just to give you a more clearer view of the code, so as it makes it's more clear, right? So now we are calling this entire function as name. So this is what we are doing. Cool, guys. I hope I answered your question, Fazal. So again, guys, there are many times they want you to print something on HackerRanks, or whenever you go for the coding rounds, right? So many a times the question says that you have to print this, you have to print that, or right. So even printing, guys, do not get confused. Select SQL में कोई print command नहीं होता है. There is no print command in SQL. Okay, whatever you are supposed to print, it is only through select. And printing may basically they are concatenation of multiple smaller pieces of your sentence, right? That can happen through concat. So basically print का alternative SQL में क्या है? Select and concat. Making sense? Cool. Anybody has any other questions? Okay, so if not, in that case, maybe we can take a quick 10-15 minutes ka break, and then we can join another stream in coming up in next 15 minutes. Okay, full code in extended screen एक बार मैं आपको दिखा देता हूँ. Why not? Let me show it to you. एक सेकेंड मुझे देना please. Okay, so you have your code right in front of your screen. Okay. Cool. So I think guys pretty much are okay with this part, right? So let's do one thing. Let's take a quick 15 minutes of break. Please have some water, take some rest, go to restroom if you want. Right. So another stream coming up in next 15 minutes. I'm gonna be live again for another stream. You can check the link in my playlist. So I'll be going live another 15 minutes. So there also we can take another question. If you guys want still another hacker rank question, we can take that or whatever. It's fine. We can do that. So hacker maybe like, when we have started with hacker rank, so let's take one more question on hacker rank. Right. So we can do that. Should not be a problem. Okay. So again, I'll try to solve that question and then we'll see. So again, let's see each other guys in again next 15 minutes. Please take a quick break and join back again in 11:15. Thank you so much. See you there.